Welcome to the Tejswi IP Show. In this podcast, we dive into the world of intellectual property, like patents, copyright, trademark, geographical indication design. Also analyze the recent event in IP world.
Yeah.
So, managing intellectual property in 2025. Honestly, it feels less like a corporate job and more like trying to navigate this massive global maze.
Right.
I mean, you've got these really complex filings, across borders,
Yeah.
then tackling oppositions, managing endless renewals. Gosh, the renewals, enforcing your rights. And all this while the legal standards seem to shift, like constantly.
They really do. It's a lot to track.
It's a huge task. And what we've really found, here at Tejswi IP is that having the right tools, well, it's not just a nice to have anymore. It's basically an operational essential. You just can't function without them.
Absolutely. Yeah, to really master this complex IP landscape, every serious IP professional, whether you're working in-house, maybe at a firm, or even independently, you just need the most powerful resources right at your fingertips. And that's why today we're sharing, well, our curated list. It's 20 IP databases that we believe you should have bookmarked. And not just bookmarked, but actively using in your workflow.
Okay.
These are the tools we rely on to effectively navigate the IP world day in, day out.
20 essential databases. Wow. Okay, let's kick things off with the ones that offer that really broad international view, because for anyone working across borders, getting that big picture, that global perspective, that's the first step, isn't it?
Precisely. Yeah. Without that sort of aerial view, you're kind of flying blind. So first up, we have the WIPO Global Brand Database. That's the World Intellectual Property Organization.
Right, WIPO.
What's really great here isn't just its international trademark search capability, though that's key, but it's got multilingual support and, importantly, visual recognition features.
Visual recognition. Wow, that sounds like a massive time saver. So you're not just plugging in words.
Exactly. It's huge for clearance and conflict checks across different countries, especially, if you're dealing with brands that have strong logos or visual elements.
Got it. Okay, what else on the global front?
Then there's TMview. This one's powered by the UIPO, the European Union Intellectual Property Office. It's a real powerhouse. It pulls trademark data from, I think it's over 70 participating offices worldwide now.
70. Wow.
Yeah. So for both availability searches and just keeping an eye on things, ongoing monitoring, it's very trusted, and for good reason. And for anyone involved in actually developing products, Design View is, well, indispensable. Think of it like an early warning system.
Okay.
It lets you quickly check out existing design registrations across global IP offices. This is so important to make sure you don't accidentally step on someone else's design, Avoid that costly infringement mess later.
Makes sense. What about patents internationally?
Right, patents. Espacenet, which comes from the European Patent Office, is definitely one of the most comprehensive global patent search tools out there. Its real strength, we think, isn't just the full text search, but it has incredibly rich historical data and these really detailed patent family trees, sometimes even better than what you find in national databases.
Family trees. So you can trace a patent's whole history. That sounds powerful for strategy.
It really is. And for tracking those international patent applications, the PCT ones, Patent Scope, also from WIPO, is your go-to.
Okay, Patent Scope.
It covers patent cooperation treaty applications and national data, too. Plus, it has pretty good machine translation and full-text search options, essential if you're planning international filings.
Right.
Another critical one, if you use the Madrid system for trademarks, is Madrid Monitor. This lets you track your international registrations basically in real time. You get up-to-date status, details for all the countries you've designated. It's like having your finger right on the pulse of your global portfolio.
That real-time tracking sounds incredibly valuable. No more waiting weeks for updates.
Exactly.
Are there any other, maybe less search-focused international tools? More about getting the basics right.
Definitely. Yeah. One that's not really a search tool but is absolutely indispensable is TM-Class.
TM-Class, okay.
If you've ever done IP filings, you know how critical getting the goods and services classification right is. TM-Class helps you nail those classifications, make sure everything's aligned properly. It can save you a ton of headaches, like office actions or objections down the line.
Classification. Yeah, that could be tricky. Okay, so we've got a good handle on the big international tools, but, a lot of the work happens on the ground, right? What if you need to protect, say, a new product design just in the U.S., or maybe navigate the unique challenges of filing in China?
Right.
That's where we need to zoom in, I guess, onto those specific national and regional databases. They're super important too.
Exactly. Yeah, once you've used the global tools to get that sort of 30,000-foot view, maybe spot opportunities or risks, the real detailed work often means diving deep into specific countries or regions, their rules, their databases.
So let's start with a big one, the United States.
Okay, USPTO tests and TSDR are still absolutely vital. That's the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. TESS is primarily for your trademark searches, but TSDR, trademark status and document retrieval, gives you the current and all the past legal status details of any mark.
Ah, the history.
Yes, and we see people sometimes overlook TSDR's historical data, but those insights can be critical, especially if things ever head towards litigation.
I can see that. Knowing the whole story could definitely flag potential issues much earlier.
Okay, what about Europe? We mentioned TMview for the broad scope, but there are EU-specific things and individual countries too, right?
Good point. Yeah, within Europe, besides the wider tools, UIPO eSearch Plus is the go-to comprehensive database specifically for EU trademarks and registered community designs. It's great for easy document downloads, finding opposition details, things like that.
Okay.
And then for specific countries, take Switzerland. SwissReg is their official IP portal. It's particularly useful if you're managing portfolios in, say, pharmaceuticals or luxury goods, where those Swiss details and nuances are really important, right? Specialized industries. Now, shifting over to Asia Pacific, that's a huge and complex region.
It is. For China, the CNPA search system, that's the China National Intellectual Property Administration, is the official source for Chinese marks and patents. Now, let's be honest. It might not be the most user-friendly system if you don't read Mandarin.
Okay, yeah.
But because it's the official source, you simply have to use it for reliable clearance and any enforcement actions in China. You can't really work around it.
Got it. Essential, even if tricky. What about Japan?
For Japan, JPlatPat is excellent. It gives you really deep access to Japanese trademarks, patents, and designs. And crucially, it offers multilingual support, which makes it much more accessible for international users.
That multilingual feature is a big plus, definitely. How about other key players like South Korea and India?
Yep. KIPRIS, the Korea Intellectual Property Rights Information Service, that's South Korea's official IP portal. It's kept well updated, and it's absolutely essential if you're managing portfolios in East Asia.
KIPRIS, okay.
For India, the IP India Public Search is the public tool for trademark and patent searches. It's pretty reliable for checking status and looking into oppositions.
Get to know Australia.
IP Australia Search, their tools for trademarks, patents, and designs are actually really easy to use. Quite intuitive. Great if you're managing rights in that region or maybe looking to file an opposition there.
Easy is always good. Okay, let's swing over to Latin America. Brazil comes to mind as a major market.
Definitely. The NTI Brazil database, National Institute of Industrial Property, is critical there. Brazil is known for having some pretty strict formalities.
Oh, yeah?
Especially around things like powers of attorney, declarations of use. So using their database to get deep access to the documents lets you meticulously check every step of a filing. It's really your best defense against common procedural mistakes that can cause big delays or even loss of rights. Accuracy is non-negotiable there.
Wow, okay. Good tip for Brazil.
Oh.
And Africa. It's a vast continent with different systems.
Right. You've got regional systems. The ARIPO IP database, that's the African Regional Intellectual Property Organization, is key for information across its member countries, mostly English-speaking.
Okay, ARIPO.
And then there's the OAPI database. That's the African Intellectual Property Organization, handling mostly French-speaking African nations.
Yeah.
OAPI is often overlooked, but it's absolutely vital if you're developing filing strategies for that specific region.
So different tools for different parts of Africa. Makes sense. It really sounds like every region has its own essential resources and quirks. Finally, let's hop back north. Canada.
The Canada CIPO database, Canadian Intellectual Property Office, is honestly remarkably clean, fast, and transparent.
Nice.
Yeah, it's critical for any North America clearance work or managing renewals. It offers a very straightforward, user-friendly experience.
Okay, so that's a fantastic tour of the public access databases. Essential stuff, no doubt. But sometimes you need more, right? There's a whole other layer of analysis, maybe looking at litigation trends, enforcement. I know there are powerful tools for that, often paid ones.
You're absolutely spot on. We've covered the free public access tools, which are the foundation. But for that deeper strategic insight, we often recommend DartSip, which is now part of LexisNexis.
Ah, DartSip. Heard of that one.
Yes, it is a paid tool, and we acknowledge that. But in our experience, it's often well worth the investment. Its real value isn't just searching, it's in providing detailed litigation and case analytics across many jurisdictions.
So what kind of analytics are we talking about?
You get enforcement intelligence, you can understand judicial trends in certain types of cases, maybe even help predict outcomes based on past decisions. It helps you see patterns in oppositions, understand how arguments have fared before. It's a real game changer when you need that deeper level of legal and strategic insight.
That makes sense. Moving beyond just finding IP to understanding how it behaves in the real world, in court. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground, almost 20 databases. After listing all these incredible resources, what's like the ultimate pro tip? How can someone listening actually take all this and integrate it effectively into their daily work?
Right, it's easy to get overwhelmed. Our pro tip is simple, but it's really powerful, and it goes beyond just, making a bookmark folder. We recommend creating a kind of workflow matrix.
The workflow matrix. Okay, tell me more.
Think about your top 3, maybe 4 most frequent IP tasks. For example, maybe it's initial clearance searches, ongoing competitor monitoring, and, say, infringement analysis.
Okay.
Then for each of those specific tasks, map out which combination of databases, mixing the free public ones we discussed with potentially premium analytic tools like DartZip, actually optimizes that task, optimized for both speed and accuracy.
So matching the tool set to the specific job.
Exactly. It's about combining the breadth of the free databases with the depth of premium analytics where needed.
Yeah.
That blend gives you really comprehensive coverage and those deep, actionable insights for pretty much every scenario you'll face.
That's a great practical tip. So bringing it all together, what's the big takeaway here? For you, the listener, what's the core value proposition of mastering these databases?
Well, fundamentally, it's about efficiency and risk reduction, isn't it? Having these tools readily available, knowing which one to use when, it dramatically saves you time. It significantly reduces your risk of missing something crucial or making a mistake. And ultimately, it empowers you to take faster, much more informed action in this incredibly fast-moving IP space. That's the real advantage, we think.
Absolutely. And maybe it prompts a final thought, a question for you to mull over.
Yeah.
We live in this era of just constant innovation, right?
Yeah.
Digital transformation, new tech popping up daily. So the question becomes, how will leveraging these precise strategic tools, the ones we've talked about today, how will that not only protect the IP you already have, but how will it actually help shape your future strategies for you, for your business, worldwide? It's not just about defense anymore. It's about using this knowledge to innovate and lead.
A really powerful thought to end on, protecting today and pioneering tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned for more upcoming episodes. And for reliable and expert intellectual property legal services, contact TEJHSWI IP today or log on to www.tjswipe.com. Our team of experienced attorneys is dedicated to helping individuals and businesses safeguard their intellectual property rights in the digital age.